Okay, so we all know that Max Holloway had to be pulled from, his title fight, his title defense against Brian Ortega due to just medical issues. They're saying it was concussion-like symptoms or weight cutting, where Dana White said weight cutting symptoms or concussion symptoms. I don't believe that. I think it was just because of concussion-like symptoms. But Brian Ortega had a chance to fight against either Jeremy Stephens, Lil Heathen Stephens, or Frankie Edgar. Both of these guys stepped up to do the short notice fight against Brian Ortega. Brian Ortega already beat Frankie Edgar, so it would have been, I understand why he turned that fight down, but Lil Heathen, him turning down Lil Heathen Stephens to me is a shocker. An absolute shocker. Lil Heathen is kind of like, it just would have been a great fight. Lil Heathen is a knockout artist, and actually Lil Heathen has been working on his game. Jeremy Stephens has started to be a little bit more technical, a little bit more patient in his fighting style. And I just thought it would have been a great fight. And it would have been a great way to say, you know what, I'm here. I've got that championship spirit. I'm confident. It didn't make any sense to me that he turned down that fight. It really didn't. And I understand why the crowd booed him. Because it's just like, you have a chance right now to step up and do something different. Do something great. Do something powerful. Do something, just for the MMA community. And he turned it down. People would have been praising Brian Ortega for taking this fight, but instead he just, I don't get it. I actually really don't get it with this fight, but that's fine. If he wanted to, he wants to wait on his title shot against Max Holloway. It seems like he's going to be out for a little while, but it's just strange. It's strange that he didn't want to up his profile a little bit, but that's kind of how Brian Ortega is. People like Brian Ortega a whole lot, but that guy plays the background a lot. He's a mild personality, a mild character. Whenever you see him on these interviews, he always brings Henner Gracie with him. And Henner Gracie just has a whole bunch of personality. He's out there. He's cracking jokes. But Brian Ortega just isn't that guy. I mean, if it's just to interview him, just him sit down interview, it's just this, a bunch of sad stories about growing up, being Mexican and this and that. It's just a real sad sack story. And it's if you had a hard life growing up with the gangs, with the violence, with the LA shit, then okay, we get it. But right now would have been a great time to turn up the heat. You could have been like, this one's for Max. This one's for the people. This one's for the MMA community. This one's for the fans. This one's for Vegas. He decided to turn the fight down, so he's going to go in there and sit in the he's going to sit in the, cage side. We've seen this been done before when Tony Ferguson was supposed to fight for the belt against who was he supposed to fight? Oh, Khabib. Of course he was supposed to fight Khabib. And Khabib had to pull out last minute because of medical reasons also, and Michael Johnson stepped up. And then Tony Ferguson said, if it's still for a belt, I'll do the fight. If not, I'm out. They said, no, it's not still for the belt, and you're also not going to get the same pay. So he said, I'm out. But that makes sense. There's all of these reasons why he's out. I'm surprised that I want to hear Brian Ortega on the Monday on the MMA Hour saying why he did not take this fight. I just don't get it at all. I mean, Brian Ortega is a very skilled fighter, and I think that he probably would have beat Jeremy Stephens, but it's all shocking to me. All of this is extremely shocking to me. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys wanted to see this fight, if you're shocked that he's not taking the fight, if you think that he was at risk if he did take the fight, hey, let me know. Put a little word in the comment section, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thanks.